Class we had seen, I had given the assignment, isn't it? So let me start answering. Let me start answering the question. What type of grammar is this, right? So, are you ready? Students, are you ready? Good morning, all. Shall we discuss the answer? Say yes or no. Ready? Find out what type of grammar. Type 0, type 1. Type it in your chat box. Type it in your chat box. Students, please type it in a chat box. I had given a question last day. What type of grammar is type 0, type 1, type 2 or type 3? Type it in your chat box here. Good morning all. Good morning all. Last class we had seen 4 types of context-free grammar. Grammar types. The first one is unrestricted grammar. Second one is context-sensitive grammar. Third one is context-free. And the fourth one is regular grammar. In that 4 types, what type of grammar is this? What type of grammar is this? What type of grammar is this? Type it in your chat box. Am I audible? Am I audible? Students, please answer. No one is typing. Am I audible? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Answer the question here. Answer the question. Swati, Gayatri, what type of the grammar it is? Type 0, what we had studied, alpha tends to beta, right? Alpha may be any non-terminal terminal combinations, right? For type 0 and type 1, context sensitive, left hand side there may be a non-terminal and terminal may be present. And for type 2 and type 3, we have a condition that left hand side you should have only one non-terminal. So now you tell what type of grammar it is. Okay. Anyone guess what type of grammar it is? Do you want to see once again recollect the grammar types? Do you want to recollect what are the grammar types once again? So see here, type 0, unrestricted grammar, alpha tends to beta, right? And alpha may be combination of non-terminal and terminals, right? There is no restriction. And here also you can have, right, any number of non-terminal or terminals, combinations of that, but with the presence of suffix and prefix only, it will be replaced. But see here, context-free, yeah, left-hand side you will have only one non-terminal, and similar way, right, for regular language also, left-hand side only one non-terminal. But you see here, this side you will have either a terminal followed by non-terminal, right? Or you will have only terminal. That is in a condition. Leave this one, right? Terminal followed by non-terminal or only terminal or epsilon. This is in the things we had seen in last class. Is that clear? Is that clear? Say yes or no. Type it in your chat box. Type it in your chat box. Chella Maulika, thank you so much. You are only answering. Now you tell, right, the question we are seeing. See here, left hand side, any number of non-terminal and terminals, right? The combinations of string will be replaced with other set of strings. Like that we can have unrestricted. There is no restriction, right? And context sensitive with the presence of some strings, right? Between some strings, if it is there, and then you will replace. And context free, only one non-terminal symbol, it is replaced with set of strings. And regular also there, but it will have a format. In right hand also we will impose. Here left hand only the rule. Here right hand and left hand will be in rule. Here, with the presence of some strings will be replaced. Here, no rule. Set of strings will be replaced by some set of strings. So, hope it is clear. So, this is what we have seen. Now, you tell the side, left hand side, you will have either terminals or non-terminals. Answer in chat box. Either it is on the terminal or non-terminal. I had mentioned that while teaching in a grammar, the capital letters means for non-terminal. Very good. Chellamaulika, it is non-terminal. Swati, thank you, Kaushika. Only non-terminal is present. So only left-hand side non-terminal is present. It belongs to either type 2 and type 3. Right? It belongs to type 3, either context-free or regular grammar. In these two category will be, it will fall. Now you tell, right? See here, right? You have on a right hand side, you will have more number of terminals, more than one, right? A and B is also there. Now you tell that whether it belongs to context free or regular. Context free or regular. Swati D, exactly, you got it. Context free grammar. The given example, right? The given question is a context free grammar. Why context free grammar? Students, please listen. I am explaining again, right? A single non-terminal should be in left hand side, and right hand side, if you have only terminal and only one non-terminal, then it is going to be a regular grammar. Last one, regular grammar. More restriction. Right hand side restriction, left hand side restriction also there. Only left hand side restriction, then it is context free. And there is no restriction, but with the presence of some strings, right, it is replaced, then it is context sensitive. There is no restriction. Set of strings will be replaced by some set of strings, then it is called as an unrestricted grammar type 0. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Type it in your chat box here. Chellamaulika, yes, right. Now shall we move for the next question, or we'll see some example and come to the same question, because you people are now only familiar with this type of question. So this question as first question we had answered what type of grammar is, right? Remaining students, please type what type of grammar is it is, except someone who has answered already, right? So what type of grammar it is? Type some other. Swati, already you typed in, no need. Sanjay Charan, context free, very good. Nandini Chalamika, Ujwala, context free. Remaining students, please type why it is context free. Left hand side only one non-terminal is there. Right side, no, not at all. Chellamaulika, it is not type 3, it is type 2. Type 1 is context sensitive, type 0. Again, people are getting confused. Please remember it starts from type 0, right? We usually it will get confused. Only numbers will start from 1. So first type, second type only we'll remember. Please remember that it is type 0. Still I will have a confusion, right? So don't worry, it is a human tendency. So please remember, type 0 is unrestricted, type 1 is context sensitive, type 2 is context free, type 2 is context free, okay? And type 3 is regular grammar. Regular grammar, right hand side also rules will be imposed. That is, you should not have more than one non-terminal, right? That is going to be a regular grammar. That's all. We are not going to detail because it's in a question. We will ask for all the competitive exam. So I want to make it clear with type of grammar. That's it. And your syllabus concentration on type 2 grammar, context-free grammar alone. Please understand, context-free grammar is more important, more important. For most of the question for your academic, right? For your academic, except from context-free alone. So what is the next question? Next question given here is, right, fifth instance of strings generated by the grammar and whether some strings belongs to or we are asking. So we'll say some more example and come to the same question because now only you are familiar how to generate and all we'll see and then we'll come, right? So these are things we had seen in last class. So today's class I had started with context-free grammar. It is type 2 grammar where left hand side only one non-terminal will be present, right hand side any number of non-terminal and terminal may be present, right? So see here, right? And every regular language, so far you have seen 2 units. In that you have studied finite automata. The finite automata will recognize regular languages. That's what you have seen, regular expression, regular language, right? So from there I am deriving every regular language is a context-free language. Please understand, every inverse is not possible. Every regular language is a context-free language, right? And reverse is not true. That's what they are giving, right? Many not be regular. Every context-free language is not regular. So subset is first outer bound is context-free. Inside you have a regular language. It means that every regular language is context-free language. That you remember. And in that we are going to see, right? A machine model for context-free is Fusion Automata, and grammar for context-free language is context-free grammar. This is the thing I want to mention, right? In the first example, we are going to see here, I'll have a grammar, right? 0, S, 1, right? I'll go to the number. Is it audible? Is it visible, right? Epsilon or 0, 1? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay, thank you. So now I have a production rule, right? Here epsilon is there in a thing. It's okay, no problem. Now only production rules are given. Can you please define what is NTPS, right? N maybe sometimes the people will call us B also, but usually non-terminal, and you will have terminal, and you will have a production and start symbol. But I had given only production. With that, can you able to find what is non-terminal in this? Right, type it in your chat box. What is non-terminal? What is terminal? What is production rules I had given? What is start symbol? Right? Please give in your chat box. What is non-terminal? I am asking. First question is what is non-terminal in this? Chandicharan 0. What is non-terminal? I am asking. I had given a production rules. In that you have to find what is non-terminal. A grammar consists of non-terminal. Please show in the slide again. Okay. Please note it down. S tends to, I have only given two production rules. S tends to 0, S1, S tends to 0, 1 or epsilon, anything, right? So, yes, S1, okay. S1 is there. No, S1 is not there. NS, yes, okay, Rakesh, it's good. NS, yes, non-terminal is, please students remember, okay, okay, it's not a problem, Swati, maybe I'm a typing mistake. So non-terminal is yes, because it replaces some strings. Please remember, now it is in a colloquial definition or in a local definition. If string replaces some string, then it is called as non-terminal. Here S rewritten as 0, S1 or S will be rewritten as 0, 1, right? Is that clear? So it is going to be a non-terminal. What are the terminal strings? What are the terminal strings in that? What are the terminal strings? 0, 1. Very good. 0, 1. Right? What is the start symbol? What is the start symbol? What is the start symbol? Because yes, obviously only one terminal is there. Then at default it is a start symbol. Exactly. Swati D, why you are given as 0, S1? No. Alright, it is in a string replaced by the production, right? So start symbol is yes, non-terminal is also a yes, right? Set of non-terminals will be present. Usually you have more than one or only one non-terminal. Here in that example, only one non-terminal, that is going to be a start symbol also, right? So non-terminal is a yes, and it is also a start symbol. And terminals, 0 is not replaced with anything. 1 is not replaced with anything. So 0, 1. These two symbols are terminals. We are not going to replace anything. These are things that are producing strings, right? Terminal is a set of terminals together is called as a string that belongs to a language, right? That you have to remember. And now you tell that what is the first string generated by this rule, right? What is the first string? A minimum length string generated by bin. So I'm using, maybe it is very difficult to write it, right? So please bear with that. So the first rule, minimum length string is, I am writing right, using this is 1 and this is 2, right? So using in a rule 2, right, I am producing in a minimum length string, that is 0, 1. Because other than that, I cannot produce. This is a first string, right? First string of a language. So please understand, I am generating using a grammar as a generating device. With that grammar, I am generating my first string of a language, that is going to be 0, 1. Is that clear? Is that clear? 0, 1. Right? The string now it is not 0, 1 and all. Chalamalika, now it is in a string. 0, 1 is in a minimum length string produced in that grammar. Right? So is that clear? Type it in a string. Using rule 2, I generated a first string of a language. There is minimum length string generated by that grammar as 0, 1. Can you all agree? Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes, ma'am. Okay. In the next string, can you guess what will be the next string? Can you guess what will be 0, 0? Very good. Chalamalika, it is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Vishnu, Vinusha, Vignesh, very good, very good. Because we already produced, right? So it is very easy. I am again writing. For first one, I will substitute, right? S tends to what I will write? 0, S1. Kindly bear with that presentation. Sorry, students, there is no using rule 1. Usually they'll write it using a rule 2. Here I'll write super subscript with which rule I am using. Using rule 1, I'll write S tends to. S is in a start symbol. It is rewritten as 0, S1. And again, right? Again, this S will be replaced by, right? This is going to be in a derivation. Then you have to use up double arrow, right? So you have to write it as, right, using rule 2. Using a rule 2, right, I am replacing with 0, 0. For this as 0, 1, right, and 1. This is as it is 0, and for this as using a rule 2, I have replaced with 0, 1, and next I have written as 1. Right, so the second string generated by this grammar is 0, 0, 1, 1. Right? Can you guess what is going to be in the next string? What is going to be in the next string? 0, 0. Very good, very good. And 4 zeros and the next string. Similar way to generate. Very good, students. Now, can you define what is in a language for that grammar? Can you define what is in a language for that grammar? Right? What is in a language generated by the grammar? So, see here, right? See here, for us we had here epsilon or 0, 1. Anything you can take. If you are putting epsilon, epsilon is in a starting symbol of your language. Epsilon 0, 1 and 0, 0, 1, like that it will be proceed. If you confuse, no problem, leave it. I'll tell you, right? See here, the language generated by here is 0 power n, number of zeros followed by number of ones, where, right, number of ones n is greater than or equal to, right, 1. If I am putting 0 here, it has to start with epsilon. If I am putting n is greater than or equal to 0, then I have to put epsilon. Now for this prediction rules, epsilon is not part of it. So it is starting from 1 and n, 0 power n and 1 power n. It means that number of zeros is equal to number of 1. So there are 3 conditions in influence, right? Equal number of ones and zeros, right? That's the one thing. But 0 followed by 1. Please remember, 0 followed by 1. You getting or not? Getting or not? Type it in your chat box. 0 power n, yes, it's good, very good. So language is 0 power n and 1 power n. Right? You may include epsilon or epsilon. It's a part of a problem where they are describing, right? So if you are including epsilon, then it will be 0, right? N is greater than or equal to 0. You have to do. That's it, right? So for that example, right? See here the same example, but prediction rule is slightly changed. It includes epsilon also. So what I am going to generate? How I am going to generate the first string? See the students, please see here. Yes. Derive 0 S1 using a rule, right? Using a rule 1, and this S is replaced with epsilon. So the first string generated is 0, 1, and the third string generated is 0, 0, yes, 1, 1, 1. Using a rule 1, I am substituting 3 times, and for this S I replace with epsilon. So I'll get in the third string. And if I am using epsilon here itself, then I'll get the second string. 0 power 2 and 1 power 2. So like that, I can generate in a string for a grammar. So it is the language, right? The language is 0 power k, 1 power k. So sometimes they'll given a grammar and they'll ask you to find the language. And sometimes they'll given a language and they'll ask you to find out the grammar. So they have given a language here, 0 power k and 1 power k, where k is greater than or equal to 0. So that we are going to write in a grammar. G tends to, right, only one non-terminal symbol, yes, that is n, right? T is 0 and 1, that is terminal symbols. And production rules down we are describing, S is in a start symbol. So S tends to 0, S1, that is similar to which we have seen the example. And when it starts from 0, so I have to include epsilon. So I had written as S tends to epsilon. So this is going to be enough. First thing is, first minimum length string is S tends to epsilon, that is in a first string. Second string and third string is missed, right? For example, we have missed, and fourth string is given here. First one, S tends to epsilon, that is your first string in your language. Second one, I told you, while generating a strings, go on a length increasing order so that you can find the pattern easily. So first string for the grammar is epsilon, for which we have seen in here its first string is 0, 1 because epsilon is not part of it, right? So make it clear, right? The problem is k greater than 0, right? So 0, if it is present, that string is not present. So epsilon has to be included, so that we are given like that, right? Is that clear? So first string is epsilon, second one is 0, 1, third one is 0, 0, 1, 1, fourth one is 0 power 3, 1 power 3. Is that clear? Is that clear? Why epsilon is included? Why without epsilon? Is that clear? Say yes or no in the chat. Type it in a chat box here. Is that clear? Type it in your chat box. If you are not clear, please, I will repeat it again. No one is typing. Am I audible? Yeah, Vignesh, J, Kaushika. Okay. And then Swati. Okay. Shall I proceed next? Right? We'll see the another example. So students, get ready with your chat boxes, right? So can you please find the language of this, right? We'll go by one. So first string generated by this string is S tends to, we cannot type epsilon, so I will put it using rule 3. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. And here first we'll see what is terminal, non-terminal is S alone, right? Non-terminal is S alone, right? And what is terminal? Terminal is A comma B. Terminal is equal to, sorry, very bad thing writing in the mouse, right? A and B, right? And start symbol is S again. Productions rules are, these are the things. And first string generated by this is using rule 3. I had generated this one. Can you please type the what will be the next string? Type it in your chat box, right? Using rule 1 or rule 2, you can generate the next string, minimum length string. Minimum length string you can generate. What is the nana? So the language consists of first one is epsilon. I had started with epsilon, right? What will be the second string? Type it in your chat box. Type it in your chat box. Very good. So many people are saying no capital. Please do not use capital letter. You'll get confused because capital letters are used for non-terminal and terminal should be in a AB. Oh, okay. So many people are typing AB. Why can't be? It will be BA. Either will have AB or BA. See here. I have two productions. S tends to A, SB. So using rule 1, right? You people are using rule 1, right? This is rule 1. This is rule 3, right? Rule 1, you generated A, S, B, right? A, S, B. And for this S again using rule 3, derivations, right? Double arrow. So 3, right? Using 3, you are generated AB. And similar way, I can go for length 2, right? So what I can write? A, B, yes, A also I can write it for minimum length string using rule 2. And again using rule 3, substituting epsilon for S, I can generate BA. So these are the two next strings, epsilon, right? And one cannot be, A or B cannot be generated, right? So even length strings. Please remember these are the strings are with even length, right? The condition is even length. So either you can have with the minimum is 2, so AB or BA. Is that clear? Is that clear? Say yes or no. Is that clear? Yes, ma'am. Right. So what will be the next string? What will be the next string? AB, AB, right? Okay. So AB. Can you generate AA, BB? Can you generate AA, BB? BB, AA? Can you generate? Can you generate those things? Yes, ma'am. Right. So shall I write? Right? It is very hard to write it in this word journal here. Oh, it's very difficult. Board, it will be very nice, right? So see here, I am going to write it, right? Using rule 1, I am going for A, S, B, right? And for this S again the same rule I am applying, and I can generate A, right? S, B. For this S, I am replacing with A, S, B and B using rule 1 itself, right? Again, I am going for rule 3 for making in a terminal strings, right? A, B, B, right? And similar way, you can have vice, right? You can change this instead of this S, you can have BA, right? Or you can start with S tends to, right? S tends to, using rule 2, you can start with the strings of B, S, A, right? And similar way, same rule I can apply, I can get it, right? B, and again I can apply BSA only, so B, S, A, right? And for rule 3 using, I can substitute, right? What I can substitute? BB, sorry, no A besides. Okay. BB, A, right? In between all the combinations. So either this will be AB, you can get it. Here also BA, you will get it. So 4 strings you can generate, that is AA, BB, right? First one, or you can have BB, AA, applying the same rules, and then I can go for starting with A and reverse with that, right? So B, A, B, or you can have B, A, right? And then B, A. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? So this is also W equal number of A's and B's, right? With an even length. That's a thing condition for an language. Is that clear? Shall we go for next? So see here, this is over, right? We'll go for an next. So this is an example we are seeing now. See here, students, production rule is A, S, B, B, S, A, and epsilon. So the string generated by, right? The string may be generated first using in a rule 1, A, S, B, and rule 2 again, right? B, right? A, B, S, A is replaced, right? For this S and A, B. And again I am using for this and rule 2 I am using, again I am getting A, B and BSA, AB, and for this epsilon. So that I can generate a string, sorry. I can generate a string. I can generate a string, right? This is belongs to number of A is equal to number of B's with an even length. One more condition, number is an even length, right? So that is what are languages. So we'll go for an next. So can you find the pattern of a string? I'll give you 5 minutes. Do it and come back, right? So sorry, it's there, right? So please student make a copy, write the production. See, S tends to ASA, S tends to B, and S tends to C. S tends to, instead of epsilon, I had introduced C alone. Now you see, right, how it is going to be changed, what pattern you will get it. Please make it ready and take a notebook and practice, and then now you tell what type of pattern it is, right? What is in a language, right? What strings it will produce. So the question may be a different thing. So please tell me the language generated by the grammar. So this is where we are. Okay. So now you tell, right, what is the minimum length string generated by the grammar? What is the minimum length generated by the grammar? Minimum length. Yeah, very good. C. What is the next string? What is the next string? C first. L equal to first C1. ACA. Very good. ACA alone. So 3 if it is comes BCA. Someone saw you get confused, right? BCB it is, right? So please make sure that what you are typing, maybe in a typographical mistakes it will come, right? Okay. Can you find the pattern? What it is? So second one is, right? So we'll write it again. So generated by language, first one is S tends to, right? C. Next one is first rule, and I'll apply C here. So I'll get A, C, A, or I'll get B, C, B. Right? And next string. A, C, A, B, C, A now. Okay, very good, Swati. Next, A, C, A, right. What are the other things? Same length. B, B, C, A, very good. Kirtana. And then you are missing out one more combination. What it is? Right? A, B, C, D. Very good. Nandini, very good. And in similar way, it can be started with Sanjay Charan. What you have written? AB star. How it will come AB star? No. BA star. How you will get BA star? AB star means AB like that you will get it. You got stuck there, right? No, it's a recursive thing. So please make sure, Sanjay Charan, we have to derive a string again, once again. Listen here, students. So when I am substituting, right, see here, for the next length string, right? Yes, I am not writing the production. So A, yes, A. So how it will go for producing end as A already fixed, right? For this, either I can go for A again or B or C. Right, but again I want to the next length. Length third is over, right? Next I want to produce, so either I can go for rule 1 or rule 2. When I am applying rule 1, right, I'll get AA, that no, I'm going to apply rule 2. So A, B, yes, B, A. And this cannot be generated. A, B cannot come, right? So please remember, right? You cannot get A, B. This cannot come here because in between I need something. And this is also not possible. BA. S is not generating BA or AB because it's A, B. Right? So if I'm going for substituting this, so that I'll get A, B, C, B, A, length of 5, right? 1, 3, 5, odd length, right? So B, A. Or I can get it, right? Some other way I can get it. So the first string I had generated is A, B, C, B, A, right? See the pattern. Whatever prefix with a, that is in a reverse order. That is going to your pattern, you have to find it, right? So next to what I can have it, right? Either I can have this also, A, C, A. This is also possible, right? And similar way, B, B, C, B, B. This is also possible without using rule 1. And similar way, I can go for B, A, right? C, A, B. So what I am writing here will be reverse of that, right? What I am writing here, reverse of that, right? What I am writing here, reverse of that. That you can easily find it in AB and BA, CAB, right? So the language generated by the grammar is, see here, W, C, W, R. Sorry, C, W, R. It is super subscript, right? So W belongs to ABC here. So the languages, see here, the language is WCWR, right? Only one change we did it. C, instead of epsilon, I had included C. So the language is completely different. Now it is becoming an odd length, and moreover, it is in a reverse of it, right? WCWR, W belongs to any combinations of A and B. But whatever present prefix with A, that is W, that in reverse order, that I am making as a notation. Is that clear? Is that clear? Say yes or no in your chat box. Is that clear? What is R, ma'am? Reverse here, reverse indication. That is mathematical notation, W, R. Is that clear? Right? So W is in a string. In reverse order, after C, it is presenting notations to indicating as like regular expressions. So you use no star plus. That is only a symbol, two symbol you are using. It's in a mathematical notation, so we are using it, right? Okay, is that clear? Shall we move next? Students, is that clear how a context-free grammar will generate strings? You all people are familiar with that, right? So we'll go for next. So we'll see some of definitions clearly. So please listen, right? A context-free language is a language generated by a context-free grammar. So a grammar will generate a set of strings that belongs to a language called as context-free language. So first point I am noting in G, generate in a language. What is the definition of G? Last class itself we were seeing. W, right? It is containing only terminal symbols, T star, right? That we have seen, and it has to derived from S. These are the two conditions for a language generated by a grammar. That language, if a grammar is context-free grammar, the language is context-free language, right? And context-free grammar is a set of rules for deriving or generating strings. Now we generated a strings, right? You people are very good at it, easily generating strings or deriving strings, right? So grammar is a generating device, where the second class itself I had mentioned. Generating device is a grammar. It will produce strings. And accepting and recognizing as an automata. Device recognizing that language is a automata, right? Finite automata, Pull-down automata, Turing machine. The machines will recognize or accept those strings, right? A grammar generates strings, whereas the machine is an automata. Automata is in a plural form. Machines. Automaton is in a singular form of machine. Okay. So meaning a machine accepts the strings. This you have to remember. Grammar generates a string, whereas machine accept, recognize, right, strings. So we'll once again recollect what is context-free grammar, because you have to see the remaining part of it. A set of replacement rules, right? You know that grammar consists of protections rules rewritten as replacement rules, each having left-hand side and right-hand side rules. And two types of symbols present, variable. So now I am introducing one more terminology, variable. Non-terminal is called as variable. Students, please note it down. Non-terminal is also called as variable because it varies. It's substituting something, right? So variable or non-terminal. We can call non-terminal as variable also, right? And terminals. And left-hand side, when it is going to be in a context-free grammar, left-hand side of each rule is single variable, right? So every rule in left hand side you have only one non-terminal, right? Sorry, non-terminal it will be there, right? Terminal mistake. And right hand side you will have combinations of terminals and non-terminals. Either you can have only non-terminals or only terminals or mixed with terminals and non-terminals. All the combinations are accepted. The string consists of, right? Finally, you are stopping at one point, right? You are stopping because all the string containing terminal further you cannot replace. So the string consists of only terminals, only terminals. That's what the language will define. W is terminal star and S derives that W, right? So this is what you have to recollect whenever you are going for context-free grammar. So context-free grammar, G construct VTPS, a finite, formal definitions for a context-free grammar. V, a finite set of variables or non-terminals. T is finite set. It is in a finite state. You cannot put dot and all, right? Fixed set 0 or 1. N, yes, like it is in a countable set. Finite set of variables, finite set of terminals. And V and 2 do not intersect, right? They won't intersect. It will be null, right? And usually they will call us a sigma, right? While defining finite automata, you had studied 5 tuples. What are the tuples, right? Number of states, input alphabet, sigma. So here that sigma is always be in a terminals. Please remember, right? 5 tuples you had studied in finite automata, that is, right? Number of states, sigma, transition function, initial state and final state. And that sigma is in a terminal symbol here, right? Whatever the alphabet you are presenting, that is in a terminal here, right? That is in a relation, right? You have to remember. And P is in a protection thing. It is in a form A. Non-terminal tends to alpha, right? A is in V, where alpha is in V union P star. Any combinations of terminals and non-terminals will be present. A tends to alpha. So you have to remember type 2 grammar, A tends to alpha, right? And maybe epsilon also, S is in a starting symbol and S is also belongs to non-terminal set. Remember, S is in a start symbol, it belongs to non-terminal set. Is that clear? So we defined clearly context-free grammar. Now, a general grammar, it doesn't, productions rules, alpha tends to beta, that's it. But here, if it is going to be in a context-free grammar, productions rules are clearly defined, right? That's a make difference. So far, you have seen only grammar definition. Now you are studying context-free definitions, right? So kindly go through it. With that, we will stop it, right? What is the time? 1 more minute is there. So from here, we will stop it. So you see how it is generated. What is the string generated by this? You can tell what is the minimum string and length of strings generated by the grammar. What is the next? I had generated epsilon, right? First thing I had generated epsilon. What is the next string generated by the grammar? Note it down. See, it will take few minutes. So type it in your chat box. See the grammar. Type it in your chat box. What is the next string? I had skipped some other steps and then I had written here, right? Don't see this one. And epsilon, what is the next minimum length generated by this grammar? Type it in your chat box. A string does not containing non-terminal. Chalamolika, it's right. You have to make it as a string. Language string, you have to find it. It's only containing terminals. So what it will be? A minimum length I am asking. A is produced by that. Okay, A is also produced. So what is minimum length string after epsilon? After epsilon, what is a minimum length string? A, right. Very good, Nandini, only doing. So see here, girls, it's very easy to remember. First step, anyway, it has to be from a start symbol. Yes, A, B, C, you will substitute, right? So minimum length, I can substitute for B and C epsilon very well, right? So A also epsilon, that's what you are seeing here, right? And I can substitute for this A, and this A epsilon. If I am substituting, I'll get minimum length of A, right? So the string is A alone. The string may be B alone. The string may be a small c alone. So next minimum string is A, B, C. And similarly, already some people have written AA can be generated, BB can be generated. And similarly, you can go for, right, AB also, BC. Like that, all the combinations of strings can be produced, right? So you work it out, you note it on the grammar, and the question already left out within the last one, right? That we'll see that later. Up to 10:15 only class, no? Is it right? Or shall I proceed with that? At what time your session will close here? Someone can type it. 10:15, ma'am. Okay. So note it down. I don't want to waste your time. So 2 questions are left over. Last day question, only 1 question answer. What type it is? Right? We have to generate 5th string. Now you people know that how to generate string, and some string is belongs to all. That also you have to do it. And today you just make a screenshot of that and generate a language for it. Right? That doesn't